years. Tom Brady said in that game they were just trying to learn each other and learn what to do. And Sean Payton says he sees a Bucs offense that is growing in confidence every week. Of course, his Saints roll in here, winners of 4 straight, and they should be getting Michael Thomas back tonight. We haven't seen him since week 1 where he had just 3 catches for 17 yards. There's been injuries. There's been a team punishment, but he practiced all week. Sean Payton says he's a game-time decision, and our Ian Rappaport says, barring any setbacks, he is going to be a go tonight. Steve?
All right, thanks, Sarah. Game-time decision. I thought he was playing, Kurt.
No, we need to get him back in there.
Who's going to make the bigger impact today? This guy right here, Michael Thomas the Great, all right, or Antonio Brown the Great.
Well, in my storyline, I was talking about quarterbacks that went 1-2 in voting in the Heisman. Well, these guys are number 1 and number 2 all-time in receptions per game in NFL history. So who has the bigger impact? I've got to point to that guy. Now, I know we just heard from Sarah that he's questionable or is a game-time decision.
Let him play.
This guy here is the centerpiece of this offense. When him and Drew Brees get together, it is, I can't find 13 enough. Even when somebody might be more open on the other side, I am finding 13. He targets him, he throws to him, and they usually work it out. So I'm going to say number 13 is going to have a bigger impact. Antonio Brown can have an impact and will have an impact as the season goes along, but he's not going to be the main man today, so I'm going with number 13.
I'll go with Michael Thomas also, because neither one of these guys has played in a while, all right? But he knows the system very, very well. In fact, he's had over 100 catches 3 years in a row. They're going to just pick up where they left off, I got a feeling. But that guy, you know what? He's been with Tom Brady. He's been with these coaches before. He knows he's going to have some sort of an impact. This is going to be a lot of fun to watch this thing tonight because you got great quarterbacks adding some great wide receivers to the mix. Now let me send it over to Jane Slater in Arlington, Texas.
Hey, Mooch. Well, this search to replace Dak Prescott has not exactly been an easy one. In fact, when they kick off against Pittsburgh later today, the Cowboys are going to be dealing with their 4th quarterback in 5 games. They've decided to roll with Garrett Gilbert, who was drafted by the Rams in 2014. And at 29 years old, he told us this week he didn't know if this opportunity was ever going to come to him. This is going to be his first career start. He said there was just a few years ago, he even thought that maybe he would take up a head coaching job at SMU. Of course, that is not taking place today, but here's what also may not be taking place. Handing off to Ezekiel Elliott. He's been limited in practice with a hamstring issue this week, which means Tony Pollard would get all of those reps. Now, look, we're not going to have a lot of the starters that we expect to see in this rivalry, but this is still a big one between the Cowboys and Steelers.
Roger goes deep across the middle. First Johnson caught! Touchdown! Here is Bradshaw. Fires into the end zone. Complete touchdown.
World champion, number 1.
Super Bowl captured by the Pittsburgh Steelers. An incredible season.
Side throws a deep ball. Touchdown! The Cowboys are back on top of the mountain.
The Steelers, the first team in the history of the NFL to win it 3 times. Bradshaw firing downfield. There goes Stallworth. And it's a touchdown for Pittsburgh.
Jimmy Johnson's taking his team from the absolute worst to the absolute best.
How about them Cowboys?
What a run by the league's MVP.
It's 22. Rush the quarterback.
The Cowboys lay claim to being the team of the 90s.
Randall Alley's going to throw it down the field. Touchdown, Pittsburgh!
Is this the last stop for the bus?
The last stop is here in Detroit. The Steelers have won the Super Bowl for a 6th time.
The Cowboys and the Steelers, it's a big game.
And yes, today, when these two teams face each other, the Cowboys injury-wracked and in dire straits, while the Pittsburgh Steelers enter today's contest, the lone remaining undefeated team in the National Football League. It was just 2 weeks ago I was standing in this spot. Michael Irvin was standing in that spot. And that's when we first met Champ, the emotional support Dallas Cowboy stuffed animal that he covets, to the point that all animal advocate groups are slightly alarmed. So now I turn to you, Michael.
You want to look who you see him over there?
Oh, my gosh.
Okay, you see him over there. Richie over there. Richie over there? Okay, there you go, buddy. Okay. I just...
By the way, there is a Twitter account, @ChampForIrv.
Yeah.
We did not start it. Somebody out there did. Can we put the topic bar up at the bottom of the screen, if you don't mind? Here it comes. Here it comes. There it is.
You're too late laughing at us, champ.
let's just do what we can.
Michael,
Okay.
you want to have a shot at that one?
Okay, okay, Rich. I know. We got to talk about this. I said the same thing when the producers put that up. But the reality is, here it is. This is what Champ and I are worried about here. The Cowboys have problems when they're a one receiver, great receiver on a team to stop. And they had problems stopping DK Metcalf. You saw the game that OBJ had against the Cowboys. Now the Steelers come in and Ben Roethlisberger, and he has a number of weapons. He's the only team that has receivers that have caught at least 20-plus receptions with 3-plus receiving TDs. And against that last scoring defense, it'll be hard, is what I'm trying to say. It's what Champ said. Champ, we're trying to say it'll be hard for the Cowboys to stop this group when we see what they've done so far this season.
Now, in all seriousness, though, the defense last week, and I know that
they played better.
They did.
They played better.
They were making some plays or putting some pressure on Carson Wentz, and I know that, again, the Eagles' offensive line's banged up, and they don't have a lot of their weapons either. But
and that would be the question. Was it the Cowboys playing better, or was it the Eagles playing poorly? And you know, today, these guys are undefeated. They're not coming in here playing poorly.
No, they are not. They most certainly are not.
Yeah.
We've got another tweet that we want to show you here.
We did okay.
Here we go.
We did all right, don't worry.
The Patriots fans want to borrow Champ for Irv. They're not used to water skiing behind this yacht. They're used to water skiing behind the other yachts.
No way.
Okay, very good. A couple of fantasy superstars are returning today.